good to go.
Okay, I will go ahead and fade over to us. So hello, everyone who's joining, either here or in the Twitch chat. We will give you all a few seconds. I got these glasses. By the way, Lola, my T-Mobile package family showed up. I got these pink glasses. We'll give everyone, I don't know, how long do you want to get people to join in the thing?
Let's give them maybe 3-4 minutes. We've got 20 on Twitch. I also got T-Mobile glasses. I don't have a camera, but I can wear mine.
I took mine off finally. I feel like they look a little bit silly on me, but
yeah.
Wait,
can you put them back on? I want to take a picture so I can put it in the Tyler channel on Telegram.
For those of you who are joining us, welcome. In the chat, whether it be the Twitch chat or the Zoom chat, post which questions you want to know the answers to, and we will explain how they work. That's how this session is going to go.
We've got our first question. Can you explain the Gutenberg one? I think we should wait like 5 minutes though, just to make sure everybody who wants to be here get here, but we can do that one first.
Sounds good.
And then also, yes, so I see your questions. I will, we'll start at 05. So in 2 minutes, we'll start.
But keep posting questions. We'll go.
Yeah, keep posting questions,
right
and we'll just go through down in Twitch chat or Zoom chat in order.
Let me actually pull up the thing so we can see what the questions look like as well. I have to find the password you sent me. There we go. Alrighty. Why does the admin team have a bunch of them solved?
Why do we have a bunch? What? I deleted that team, I thought.
I don't know. Maybe it's a caching bug or something.
I don't see admin as having any solves.
What team am I on?
I don't even see admin as having any solves.
Did we just get added to a different team?
I don't know. We were on a team and then I deleted our team. And
we must be on a different team.
It doesn't show that we're on a team.
Maybe we're just on the first team. No, we're on Team Aurora, according to this. Yeah.
Okay, I don't see that, but.
Oh, interesting. Is Andrew joining us?
Oh, Andrew could join us. Yes. Let me ping him.
Cool. And for anyone who's joining us now, as we're waiting, post in the chat, either the Zoom chat or the Twitch chat, which questions you want us to explain, and we will go through them in order of when you're asking them. So feel free to post, even though we're still waiting a few minutes for people to join.
Oh, Andrew is in this chat. I'm going to promote him to panelist.
Oh, cool.
Tyler, do you remember what the command is to give the badges out per role?
Oh,
it's badge give role.
Well, that makes sense, but I did not know that. So if that was a CodeCup question, I would not get the points. Okay, cool. While you're figuring that out, I will go ahead and get started on the first question that people asked about. And I'll also pull these off to the side. Pull Q&A off, and then let me share my screen so I can pull up the CodeCup questions. And then I'll also pull chat off to the side. So now I have 3 chat windows. Andrew. Cool. Okay, so the first question we had was someone wanted to know, is beep boop a question this time? I think it is, right?
I think so.
I don't see it. There is one that has beeps and boops, and I think sometimes it can be named beep boop. We reuse a lot of these questions just like with the specifics changed. And I think one of them can be named Beep-boop, but I don't see any this time.
Maybe that was just somebody saying that.
Yeah, I guess so. It's just it's funny because that is the name of a question sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay, so Gutenberg. Why am I not seeing any of these questions?
The Gutenberg there's a file attached that's gutenberg.txt.
That's right. Grep this, I think maybe.
I think it is grep this.
No, this is an encryption one. This is
okay, I will figure out which one has the Gutenberg. Do you want to do the signature one? And then I will let you know when I find the Gutenberg one.
I figured it out. I figured out Gutenberg. It's analyze this. So the reason this is called Gutenberg is because this is actually a book from the Gutenberg project, which is just kind of like a bunch of free books. And I believe that this is I'm going to mispronounce this, but I think Vinaigrette cipher. I
think it's Vinaigrette.
Vinaigrette.
Vinaigrette, something like that.
It's a cipher, and the particular way that this cipher works, it's kind of secure. So like it's more secure than like the one of the other questions in here is one where like you just rotate each letter by a certain number of positions in the alphabet. And that one is not very secure because there's only 26 possible positions in the alphabet. And so like you can just kind of, like you can just try them all. I was probably more secure before computers, but it's not very secure now. This one is actually a little bit more secure in that it uses a repeating string as the key. So the string is actually kind of constantly repeated. But the problem with this is that certain letters will be more common in the text. And particularly letters that are really common in English tend to be really common in the text. And so the way that this works is, let me see exactly. I just want to make sure I'm not, yeah, this is the way it works. So the book is in English. Because it's in English, we know that certain letters in the English alphabet are more common. Like I think the letter E, the letter T, there's a few letters like that. And you can actually kind of use the fact that certain letters are more common to try to figure out what the actual password for this is. And you could do that by hand, which would be dumb. You could write some code to do that. You can also find tools online that generally do an okay job, depending on season to season, like how good of a job they do. But that's kind of the way this one is set up, is basically you have to realize that it's a Vinaigrette cipher, and then try to use what's called frequency analysis to figure out what the password is. It's a little bit more complicated as far as the cryptography ones went.
I think next was signature.
Do we know what they mean by the signature one?
Yeah. I'm unsure.
No signature, no problem, maybe?
Could be.
Let me double check that I'm remembering how to solve this one correctly before we go on like a wild goose chase. Okay, so insecure JSON web token. Okay, so typing a password here. It says the flag is for admins only. And you get this thing in the URL that's like token is equal to. Let me move this screen share bar out of the way. Token is equal to, and this long string of text. Now, one of the things that you'll kind of notice here is that it's got 3 sections and they're punctuated by a dot. And whenever you see this, that is a really good indication that this is what's called a JSON web token, or a JWT. There's an easy way to check. If you go to jwt.io and you just paste it in here, it will actually try to decode it. And you can see in this situation, it's got this whole upper part, which is called the header. It's got the payload and it's got a signature. And the signature is what makes this a secure token. Like with that, basically I'm not going to go into the specifics of it. You can look into it if you want to, but it's what's called an HMAC signature. And basically what that means is we give it some text. on the server side, it generates a string. From that string, you cannot figure out the secret text that we gave it, but given the secret text, you'll always get the same string, so you can verify that it's actually an authentic token. So anyway, theoretically, this is a secure token. This is something that a lot of people use. Actually, if you've created a team on Showcase behind the scenes, we're signing a JSON web token for you to be able to create a team. And then that's getting transmitted to our API, and that's how our API knows who you are, what teams you're allowed to edit, et cetera, et cetera. It turns out that some libraries don't do a very good job with JSON web tokens, and they don't have a list of what algorithms are allowed for that signature part, that the part that makes it secure. There's like, some of them don't have a list of which ones are allowed. And some of them will just allow you to type that the algorithm is none. This tool actually won't let you do that natively. You have to kind of figure it out. But anyway, the point is, if I set this to true, I'm going to copy this middle part, which is the middle part that says it's true. This tool really doesn't want to let you do this. So like, I have to kind of make it let me do this. So I'm going to kind of trick it into giving me this one that says none here. I'm going to copy and paste this middle part. Paste that on the front. And then give it a dot at the end. So what this will actually do, decode to is that the header will say, we'll see if it'll, yeah. The header will say that it's not using a signature algorithm. The payload will say that I am an admin and there's no signature at all. And because this is configured incorrectly so that it's not saying that no signature is not a valid signature, if I paste this in here, it'll actually say, okay, here's the dashboard and here's the flag. That's a little bit more complicated. If you want to learn more about that, search for like JWT alg none, and you can find some explanations of what's going on here that are probably going to do a better job than I just did. That's also one of the more complicated questions in here. I think there's only one that's more complicated.
Yeah. A couple of people were asking about the scavenger hunt ones. I think people have asked about all of them so far, so I'll just go through them. There were the 3 scavenger hunt ones. The first one was getting things started. I don't think anybody solved that one, actually.
So getting things started?
Hmm?
I can just look it up.
Yeah, so it's near the bottom. It's under scavenger hunt. Yeah, so getting things started. It's just the flag for this question is hidden somewhere within code day. So getting things started with that, because that's like getting things started. I was trying to hint towards the start of code day. And so the flag for that one was actually hidden in the YouTube video of the kickoff, the description of that. So, and I haven't changed it back yet. So if you go to the description of the YouTube video, you can still see that the flag is there. Hiding in plain sight, that one was the Discord status of John Peter was set to the flag for that one. And then you have questions, we got answers, is that one was for going to the FAQ on the Code Day website for virtual Code Day. And it might not be there anymore because it automatically unpublished, but because of caching, it might still be there. Yeah. So see, do you have any CodeCup flags? There's the question, the answer there.
And by the way, those are like a little bit contrived, but like also people accidentally publish things that they shouldn't all the time. So yeah. Not that contrived.
People are also asking about the one where the hacker was getting passwords for the free gems website. That was an error on the side of the CodeCup team. We messed up math the first time. Notice we messed up the math, fixed the math, but our fixed math was also wrong. So I'm sorry that question was incorrect. I think a couple of people solved that correctly and then were upset that it didn't work. So I apologize for that. Yeah. Next one is, can you please explain screeching noises?
That's probably RTTY maybe.
sorry, somebody is asking the right answer for the probability problem. Basically, so the error that I made was because it has, I think, 19 total characters, but I forgot that 0 through 9 is 10 characters, not 9. So I did my math with 18 total characters. So I did 18 to the power of 11 divided by 10 versus 19 to the power of 11 divided by 10. That was the error in that math.
Oh, someone was asking about code word too. Andrew, did you want to maybe talk about like how do people usually get like the code word or the phishing problems? Anything that you've seen in the past?
So in terms of the phishing problem, obviously the most common technique is to use a link shortener, similar to what you use for like bit.ly, I think is the main one. The problem is that we have our phisher targets get progressively harder as we move on. So another big strategy that I'd recommend is if you have a website that you're able to access, you can do something where if someone clicks on a link to a website, they actually get automatically redirected as soon as they join the website. So that's definitely a solution that you can take. And then also trying to be creative as possible is definitely the biggest solution there.
Yeah, what I would say about the phishing is like the phishing target knows they're the phishing target and they know that it's CodeCup. So, they're expecting to be phished. So and generally what I have done when I am the phishing target is like nobody has genuinely fished. There has been a genuine fish in the past, but I will click on anything that I feel like is creative or they put a lot of effort into it. Like the favorite one that I like to talk about is one time somebody looked up my family tree and then created a fake Google account, I think under either my mom or my grandpa's name, and mocked a Google Photos link saying, I've got family photos, but I can't figure out how to access them. Can you check this? And I realized it was a phishing attempt, but it was just so clever and there was so much thought and effort put into it and research that that I clicked on it and gave them the flag. So
Someone, my fiance actually was the phishing target for one of these because she was a volunteer, and
this one's funny.
yeah, I think Charlie and Charlie, who you know is the team support coordinator, maybe, and Nicholas, who's also a Code Day alumni, were at the event that she happened to be at, and they sent her an email that was like, "Hey, can you fill out the breakfast survey?" And it was just like very nonchalant and like completely the sort of thing that someone would ask at Code Day is like, hey, like fill out this breakfast survey. And I think it ended up looking something like a Google link, but it's not.
I thought they put it up on the whiteboard or something.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yep. So that's another good one too. I mean, the more nonchalant you can be, the better. And I remember at the same event, people were trying to like, no, actually, this was a different one. People like tried to make like a hostage video where they like pretended they were holding someone hostage, and it's like it was certainly creative. I mean, it's not actually the way that you fish people.
Yeah. Let's see. People are asking about dual frequency.
Dual frequency. That is literally a telephone sounds. I guess some phones don't really make these anymore. The way that phone calls used to work before computers were really a thing was actually that like each row of a phone keyboard would make a certain tone, and each column of a phone keyboard would make a different tone. And when you pressed a button, it would play the tones for the row and column at the same time. And then cell phone equipment could decode that. Or sorry, not cell phone, a telephone equipment could decode that and figure out what you're pressing. So it's called DTMF, dual tone frequency modulation. The way I've seen people do it before is just like press every button on their phone keyboard until they hear the one that sounds right. But the easiest way is if you search for DTMF decoder online. I think you can just find something where you upload an MP3 file and it tells you what keys were pressed.
What about BZT?
Let's see, which one is this? I believe so. A lot of the ones that were under the web security category, what you have to do is kind of poke around at things and see what you can find. So if you look at the source code for this one, and not that anyone would expect you to immediately look under the source code. but let me see. So actually, I don't think that's the way you do this one. Now that I think about it, so it's not in here. I know what it is. So another thing that you can do on websites, another thing to poke around in addition to looking at the source code and seeing if there's anything there. Another thing you can do is websites have a thing that allow them to configure how robots will work. And by robots, I mean things like Google, which has to visit every website to figure out what's on them. And so the way that you do that is there's a file called robots.txt, and it's just at the index of the page. So in this case, we have the robots.txt file, which tells Google and other search engines what websites they're allowed to visit. And you can see that in this case, it says under construction, but there's this page that robots are not allowed to visit called new homepage 4445918. And if I go to this, new homepage page that they've explicitly told robots not to visit, we are able to access that. And there's all sorts of weird things you can do with this, by the way. Like even Google themselves have a robots.txt file, unless they've removed it. Here's all sorts of weird like pages that Google is not allowing other search engines to visit. Like what's it? PPOB. Google.com/PPOB is something, right? Google.com/nonprofit/account. For some reason, they really don't want to allow that one, right? Google.com/GWT or print. I don't know what's in any of these. There's a lot of weird ones. A lot of websites have these. It's a good place to go to find pages that you might want to poke around at.
You could also look at the robots.txt for code day, but we can leave that as an exercise to the viewer.
I don't even know if we have one, but definitely.
It's a good point. There are definitely secret pages that are hidden that you can't find on search engines on the Code Day website. If you find them, I think you've kind of earned it to do whatever is on that page.
Yeah.
But please let us know if it's a security bug.
If you find a security bug, we'll send you ice cream. We
will send you ice cream if you find a security bug, and free entry to all of our events, but also they're free right now. So
okay, speak and spell was one that people were asking for, just scrolling through this. So this is actually a common interview question. I don't know why. I don't think it makes any sense to ask this to people who are programmers, because it's not in any way related to the sort of thing you would do. But speak and say sequence is a sequence where you like type in let me just like open up something where I could type. Speak and say sequence is something where you type in like 1, and then there's 1 1, and then there's 2 1s. So I type 2 1, right? And now there's 1 2 and 1 1, and now there's 1 1, 1 2, and 2 1s, and now there's 3 1s, 2 2s, and 1 1, and so on and so forth. So I believe that it just asks you to do that a certain number of times, and like it's hard to actually do that yourself the number of times it asks you to do it. So you have to write the code to do that. Yeah, what's the 16th term? I don't know, Lola, what do you want to go to next?
People are asking about stenography.
Stenography, which one?
Who took this?
Who took this? So the question itself is really right in the title, like who took this photo? All photos by default have a thing associated with them called EXIF data, EXIF. I don't know what it's short for. It contains information about the camera, about where it was taken, in some cases, literally GPS coordinates that it was taken at, what lenses were used, all sorts of stuff like that. I don't really know why. Online. If you search for an EXIF decoder online, you can find this thing, and I'll upload the file, and it will say the lens serial number is chest dazzle bottom. By the way, we just choose like random words from the dictionary for all of these. So if you're ever wondering how we actually decide what the flags are. I think it's really funny, especially for the code word one. What was the code word this time?
It was.
The code word always ends up being something completely ridiculous.
Yeah. People are saying that speak and spell didn't seem to work for me and asking, did you have to condense the 16th term?
You shouldn't have had to. I'll double check. It may have just been broken. I think that's happened once before, but I thought that we fixed it. So
Yeah, so the CodeCup questions are because it's just like 1/48th of the event. We don't have the time to manually curate everything. So instead we write scripts to automatically generate the questions. Most of the time they work pretty well. I'm going to post the flag for speak and spell in Twitch chat. And we can and you can then if somebody wants to figure out if we did something wrong or if there was an error somewhere else, feel free.
I'm curious now too. I'm pretty sure I fixed the bug. Yeah. That should be, that looks right. The bug we were having before was sometimes it would end up getting rewritten into exponential notation, which is not correct.
Your flag was too long for the chest bottom. I don't know what that means.
So by screech, I'm assuming they mean, I'm just going through the chat as well. I'm assuming you mean screeching noise. Let me confirm that I do understand what the screeching noise is. Yes. Okay. So this is an RTTY modem sound. Basically, back in the day, this is actually, I'm not even that old, and I had to use this. There was dial-up modems. You've probably at least heard the dial-up modem sound. That's a common thing that people have heard in movies or whatever. There are different types of modems. Obviously, there are different types of modems, right? If you have cable internet, you have a cable internet modem. There was a modem that I think was a lot used for radio transmissions called RTTY. And this is encoded in RTTY. It's not uncommon to find things that are encoded in RTTY if you're looking at radio communication stuff. You can find decoder programs. I don't know of any websites that will decode them, but there are programs you can download to decode this. Yeah, phone number one. Who took this? Who took this?
That was the stenography one that we went over.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Oh, this person is saying that their incorrect answer was CodeCup chest bottom.
Yeah, no, it was just the one serial number. And I think one of the other comments did say that.
We should probably switch to other CTFs do have a flag format that is the same for all of the questions to.
It's just hard to do because some of them don't Speak and Spay doesn't necessarily have a flag that results from it.
Yeah, well, yeah, for the ones where it's possible though, we should probably look into that.
Yeah. Or we could potentially try to make it at least accept multiple answers too, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Rate a script.
Yeah, we could. Oh wait. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Getting things started. Did we do? You already did getting things started.
Yeah. What was write a script?
I don't know. Let's see. I have a feeling I know what this is actually.
I have a feeling as well, but.
The answer is a 3-digit number. Yeah. So literally the answer to this is just guessing all of the possible answers. But rather than typing all of them in, the recommended way to do this would be to write a script to do it for you. And so an easy way to do this if you're using Linux, which I am not right now, is actually, let's say that I'm trying 1. And what I've done is I've right-clicked on the page. I've clicked Inspect Elements. I've clicked on Network. And then when I submit that, I can actually see the request that's being made. And you can see my submission was 1. The challenge ID is 1171. I don't know what that, where that came from. And the response was success true, status incorrect. You can actually copy this as what's called a curl. And then you can paste this. Did I share my entire screen or just Firefox?
Just Firefox by the looks of it.
Okay, let me see if I can fix that. One sec. Screen share, screen one. So now you should be able to see this. You can paste this in here, and you could say instead of 1, you're going to try 2, and instead of, and this won't actually work because I'm not on Linux, but it would work if I was on Linux. 3, so on and so forth. And you could write a script to just keep making these requests all the way from 1 all the way up until 999 until you get status is correct. And that's also why it says please add delays, because if you do it too fast, it's actually like not super hard on our servers, but they don't like it.
Would this be a example of where you could use something like Selenium to do as well?
You could probably use Selenium. Yep.
Yep.
As you and Lola are very experienced in. I've never used Selenium, or I did, but it was a long time ago.
Oh, what was the 3-digit number? That's a good question. Let me find that.
I think it
I
was
think we're almost out of
137.
time. Do you want to go over the
137.
flag viewer one? I saw somebody had that, and then we can end the stream.
Flag viewer is very difficult.
Okay.
The gist of flag viewer, if I'm remembering this correctly, I don't actually see it coming up, but if I'm remembering this correctly, I think it's in reverse engineering. Unlicensed, yeah. Basically, you need a. I'm going to give you the gist of this. You need to come up with a license key, which is actually signed by a private key. It's like a JSON object signed by a private key. If you don't know what that means, that's fine. This is very complicated. That's why it's worth a lot of points. So it's a JSON object signed by a private key. In the program itself, you can find the public key, and you can actually just change it by like rewriting that section of the file to a different public key. And then you can write your own JSON file and sign it with your private key. So again, fairly complicated, but yeah. Really quick, just another really quick one-word answer. ABCDDBCA. Search for endianness, ENDIAN, like the end of something. Basically, different processors interpret binary in opposite ways of each other. Cool. I think that's all the questions, right?
I think so. I have Tyler. Can you send me a Discord DM with your favorite color?
I don't know if I have a favorite color.
Oh,
It better be coral.
no, that's too hard. Just give me a fact about you.
A fact about me?
Yeah, India.
This was actually a CodeCup question from like 4 years ago, and people get obsessive about it.
Okay, so all right. All right, so we're gonna give a pizza out. First person in Twitch chat to guess Tyler's middle name.
Or you could try to find it online. It's just hard to find.
Yeah, figure out Tyler's middle name. First person in Twitch chat to get it wins a pizza. Code Day will buy you a pizza for like to eat tonight. So
we might have to just say DM us on Discord, because I don't know if they're going to be able to find it before we end the stream, right?
I mean, we can just start dropping hints.
I don't know how to figure this out. Oh, well, let me try this.
Alternatively, Tyler's social security number, also a valid answer.
It is like there are many pages that have it, because if I search for my name with my middle name, there are at least 10 pages of results. Granted, I don't know that half of them are mine, but like if I look at the actual results themselves, there are many pages that do actually have my middle name in it.
Can people find it? Would people be able to, would it be too easy to find if we gave them the first letter?
I don't know that it would make it easier, but you can try. It might be more useful to know that my sister's name is Sabrina, and my mom's name is Catherine, and my dad's name is Pascal, like the triangle.
Okay. Well, I mean, I didn't want to like dox your entire family.
No, it's not very hard to find them online either.
Okay.
Another place to look might be things that are like Wikipedia but are not Wikipedia. So other databases of information about people and things.
Or we could play Hangman. We played Hangman. Here, hang on. Let me share my screen. All right.
Good guess, but no.
Okay.
My
All right. We will play Hangman. Can people see my screen?
Yep.
Okay.
What state do you live in? Mostly Washington. It's complicated right now, but I do have a middle name.
Okay.
The last time we did this as a CodeCup question, by the way, sometimes we ask people to do like not exactly doxing because the people know that they're being doxed, but like basically be aware of what information is out there about you. The last time we did this, I think people were like contacting my family and things just to ask them.
Okay.
My actual address is not online, by the way, for people who think they found it, but I think that like addresses I've lived at in the past is online. Yeah, Washington State.
Okay, we got our first guess, and that guess was E.
Yeah, yes. I mean, you have the answer.
I do have the answer. Okay. Eugene. It is not.
It's the second letter.
It is not Eugene. Oh wait, hang on. I think that's too big. And then now we've got to start drawing Tyler. That's good. Okay. Born in Toronto, Ontario. Is that your guess for middle name?
Too many letters. So the E
Eric.
the E is the second letter. Like you can see, maybe the blanks are just not thick enough.
Okay, here, hang. Yeah, let me make them stroke style 4. There we go. Is that good? Can everybody see that?
Someone guessed A, which there is no A.
Okay. Oh, hang on. I still got to add the Eric and then draw.
And he was born in Toronto, Ontario.
Yeah, and he was born in Toronto, Ontario. All right. Somebody guessed A.
V. There is a V. This is gonna look like a ransom note when you're done.
middle name of, that's 4 E's. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. It is not Yeet. Oh, we've got to draw the 2 more. We're gonna do the hands, and then
each finger individually.
No, it's a Kit Kat. Wait, wait, Kit Kats are brown. Wait, hang on. How do you make brown? It's like a dark orange, right?
G. There's no G.
Oh, hey, I've got to finish making this Kit Kat. Sorry, this takes priority. There we go. That's close enough.
There is an R. Someone got it.
Oh, yep. Okay, great. Yeah, it's Mervin.
What did they win? A pizza?
Yeah, they win a pizza. So DM me.
Cool.
Yeah.
Stick around if you want to do Catch a Break guided meditation with Joanna.
Yep.
Joanna is like the most positive person on our community, so
100%.
recommend that.
Yeah, would recommend that activity. And then we're gonna have, if you want a pizza, and missed out on this opportunity to win a pizza, we're gonna have another opportunity to win pizza after guided meditation. So
is that with Chris Skirving?
Yes, that is with Chris. We're gonna have a hangout in just Discord. We're bribing you again to talk to us in the co-working channel.
He's working on a website about Game Boy mods, and he works for a flying car startup. So very, very cool person to talk to.
Yeah.
He's also a Code alum.
Ooh, should we end this stream by checking out what else is in my Inkscape Scratch document?
Yes.
I
Yes.
use Inkscape for all of my graphic design on everything. Let's see, it's pretty small. I have some documents that are just massive, because I leave Inkscape open, and every time I need to prototype something, I just make it in Inkscape. First one here, this is a sea creature called a nudie branch. I put this in Inkscape so that I could export it at a lower resolution so we could make a nudie branch Discord emoji, because one of the pods is named nudie branch, and they think it's funny, and I think it's funny because it sounds inappropriate, but it isn't inappropriate. This is, we were figuring out what the scaling was for Stream Deck letters, and so I was manually recomposing this image of an OWO face and then the little squares that the Stream Deck web tool gave me so we could figure out the spacing between them. This is where I was making the memes for the Q&A we had after. Oh wait, let me make it right side. The Q&A we had after kickoff, and then this one. This is my favorite one, right here. So. Anyways, thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
I hope you had an enjoyable, yeah, go work on your Code Day projects. And if you're still CodeCup hyped, then go to the meditation. So.
Oh, and if you want to join the CodeCup volunteer team, please let me know. Because
Yes.
our team now consists of 2 members, and we are trying to expand.
Yeah, if you want to help us, you don't
Please.
have to be an expert.
Yeah.
Look at me.
Andrew, do you want to talk about your experience joining the experience level you were at when you joined the CodeCup team, to maybe make people feel a little better about maybe they're thinking, oh, I'm not experienced enough to work for Code Day.
Yeah, so take what you think of not a lot of experiences, and then subtract, divide that in 2, and then you have me. I know very little, and I've pretty much learned it all on the job, which is one of my favorite things about the program is, and volunteering for Code Days, that I've learned a bunch of stuff within the program. So you're learning and contributing. So I'd highly recommend joining. Also, if you'd like to write questions or any of the trivia questions, you can see that some of those were sponsored or created by students. Please let me know about those, and I will add them to the program. Yippee.
Yep.
Bye.
Lost.